Welcome to Pickleball is Life. If you like these videos, please subscribe and share them with your friends. And how about you press that little like button? Thanks. So I thought I'd show you how I create the magic and create my pickleball videos. So I use Power Director, and this is my starting template for the New Jersey Open pickleball tournaments. I have my basic intro here. If we watch it, you'll see I have the basic intro video. And then starting around here, I put some B-roll for the venue. Some of the better shots from the tournament. And then here I have my ending screen where I try to sell my pickleball shirts. And then the general ending starting here. And that's all blank, and YouTube adds these three things in later. Then I have the music here that I'll slide in after I'm putting all the video right in here. And then I leave a little gap at the beginning to put some better shots from the video before I get to my intro here. These are the green screen sections that make those things pop up. If I double click on one of these, you can see what they look like. You'll see how you have animation come on top of, so it's a little section right there coming up. So what I do from here, this is my starting point. This is my audio track down here, some graphics here, the videos up top, and some audio recordings here. So I'm going to start a new one, and I'm going to import some new media. So I'll get some GoPro. So I think I'm up to 2 o'clock here. Yeah, I just finished that one, so I'm going to do this one here. I'm actually going to probably do these two, which will be the, well, I guess 3 o'clock time frame. At the tournament. So that brings the video in over here. I'm going to bring these two in. I'm going to place them right here after my intro. And then I can start checking out the video, see how it looks. Now my GoPro is pretty widescreen, so I'm going to want to zero in on these 3 courts here. So if we double click on the video, I can zoom in to get focus on these 3 courts and get rid of that stuff on the right side. So I can zoom in here and position it. So let's see, that I might have zoomed in too much there. So let's zoom back out. So now I have, I think, all 3 courts pretty well laid out. I can actually slide that over a little bit, and then I can peek at how it would look, and it's pretty good. I can see what's going on in all 3 courts. So then what I start doing is I start from the top and I look for sort of good segments or good shots, and I cut out all the wasted time between points. So we've got a point going on there, so I'll continue it. Oh, interesting slam, another point going on. So we've got good activity going on here, and then the 2 points just ended, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to put a cut there. And then can't really see that 3rd court too well, so I think I'm not going to focus too much on it. Okay, so the point just started up again. I missed the beginning, so I'm going to go back just a touch, put another cut in there and then take out this dead time. So basically I'm just going through and taking out all the dead time on the shots. Got two games going on here. And dead time now. So I'll put a cut in. Now there was an interesting slam here. See where it was. I don't know whether it's worthy of a highlight. This slam right there. Sort of a slam that he missed and then went down. I don't think I'm going to do anything there. So let's come back to here. Get rid of some more dead time. And there's that other game starting up. So I'm going to put a split. Cut out that dead time. Start up. That point's done, and this next point's starting up. Now, I've just lost a little bit of the left corner there, so I don't know what's going on, but let's stop and let's open this up and see if my camera moved. My camera might have moved, so I may have a little bit more video on the left here that I can slide in. Yeah. So I think I'm going to see the left corner a little better now, yeah. So that's better. I don't have anything to the left of that, but that's at least some of it. Okay, so let's cut out a little bit more dead time. Oh, now we got a point starting up there. In second court, that's dead. So that was a very, very short point, like 2 hits or 3 hits. So I'm not going to include that. And I'm going to wait for this next point to start up right there. Split, cut out the 1 point and dead time. Now, let's start up again. See if this point's worthy. It's got a few hits, got 2 points going on. Okay, I'm going to wait for the second one to end. There we go. So now I've got, let's see, 4 segments, and I like to put transitions in between them. So my go-to transition is the fade. So I can just drag and drop these fades in between these little segments that I've chopped up. And instead of a quick cut between the shots or points, we will get a nice little fade. You can see here, watch. After this is over, there's the fade to the next point. Sometimes I cut it a little too close and you don't get to see the beginning of the next shot, but I try my best to. The serve itself isn't the greatest point, so. Okay, so let me stop here for a second. So I found a pretty exciting point here. You'll watch it. And what I'm going to probably do is at the end there was a around the post shot. So I will probably highlight this and I'll show you how I do it. Right there, that ending was pretty cool. So I'll include the whole point, and then I will take the section which is near the end. I can sort of access it just by re-extending the next section, which will probably give me that piece right here, so around the post, close to around the post. And so I'm going to want to try to find maybe start it right here where he sets up the shot for the around the post. So I'll take that little piece there, start there. There's the around the post, the counter, and then so I'm going to take that little segment. It's very short, but we're going to slow it down. So we're going to first use our power tool video speed to slow it down to maybe 1/3 the speed. I'll show you here under speed adjustments what my options are. So I usually bring it down, not all the way, but to like around there, and then I can preview how it looks here. It looks pretty good. Nice denial of around the post, but then he gets back, but hits it out. Now I'm going to also want to zoom in on that one section, so there's multiple ways to do that. I think what I'm going to do is first put it back to its normal ratio perspective, which means I got to shrink it down and fit it back into this frame, which is the normal size of the video. And then I'm going to go under Tools here to my crop, zoom, and pan. And what I can do is actually control what we're going to focus on at any given time. So we're going to start out focusing on more or less the whole court here, or at least this section of the court. And then play a little bit. And then as he does the around the post, I'm going to zoom in on the around the post shot. So we'll move up and zoom in on it. And I might want to start that a little earlier. And then at some point back here, I have to zoom back out because he's coming back to hit the shot. So we're going to put a point there, and we're going to come back here and make this bigger to show how the point ends. I guess I'll include this guy just standing there. And that'll be the ending of it. So this creates this now. So watch, zoomed in, we're panning over, zooming in on his around the post, the denial, and then we're zooming back out. It came out pretty good, and he was smart enough to not touch it. So that's like a highlight, and what I'll do is, since that's sort of a highlight, I'm going to leave it there, but I am also going to paste it at the beginning of the video here as a highlight of this section of this video. Also want to put in fades at the beginning of that point, and then a fade to so if we watch the ending of the point here, ending the points in real time, and then it should fade right into a slow-mo of the around the post. Might have been above the post. That might not have been around the post, but it was a pretty cool attempt. So that's some of the magic. So I found a pretty good point here. I'll show you. It's on the second court. The first court's being in a timeout. But some pretty exciting shots here. This received 3 slams and then won the point. So what I'll do is I will, since it's the second court, I'm going to zoom in and track the players on that court. And I'll show you how I do it. Again, I'm using that pan zoom tool. So we'll start at the beginning of the point, getting everybody on that court in the frame. So I think I can get it in a little closer. Right there. And then as the point goes on and the teams move closer, I can put a frame there and then zoom in on the action right there. and then make sure everybody stays within that frame. And he's going out of the frame, so I'm going to come back, put another mark, and I guess I might need to move that back even further. And let's see. There we go. Now it's widening out a little bit, so again I got to come out at some point because they're coming out of the frame. Maybe what I'll just do is right here make this a little bigger, and that way they might stay in the frame. Yeah, so right here I'm going to open it up a little more. Or actually I can just move it. Keep everybody in the frame. Cool. So you can watch up in the top right. I can preview this and see up here if they all stay in the frame most of the time. Well, they're out of it at the beginning, but now I'm zoomed in. And that looks pretty good. So I gotta fix the beginning because it looks like they come out of it at some point. So let's look at it on the full screen here. We're not going to slow it down, but you'll see how I zoom in nicely to just look at the point a little better. Great point. So when a game's over, what I do is you'll see here this point finishes, and then they come together and tap paddles right here. So I zoom in on them, and then they're going to start walking off the court. So I have to move the screen down a little bit here and capture it all. So that ends up looking like this. I'm zooming in. It's just a few strokes there. There's the end. And then I try to get in close so everybody sees them. So I'm all done. It took a few hours, but you can see all the edits, basically cutting out all the dead time and the short little points that are not much. I placed a few videos over here, if we zoom in, that are the highlights. Whoops. So I've got 4 or 5 highlights, then the intro that we saw from here to here, and then all the video cuts throughout, and then at the end we have the ending screen. Place the music in the middle. I have it down in volume so that you can still hear the sound of the games. And that's it. So just go to produce it at a particular 1920, I think, by 1080 resolution, which is what I'm recording it at. I probably, when I'm recording some of the FAR matches, so I'm doing 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second. When I'm recording some of the far distance matches, filming from above, I probably need to do higher resolution recording just to get a better quality image. Plus I zoom in on it. So, okay, that's how I make the magic. Thanks everyone. Thought you'd be interested. Bye-bye. Hey, if you want to help support my new Pickleball channel, we have Pickleball is Life t-shirts available in both V-neck and crew cut, in both dry fit and basic cotton. Contact me via Facebook or at the email below and in the description to place your order. Thanks. Hey, thanks for watching my new channel, Pickleball is Life. If you want to see some more videos, they're here in the center. You can subscribe in the top left, and please share the video with your friends. My other channel, Tesla Life, is on the bottom left. You can subscribe, and my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts are on the right. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.